With an increasing number of Canadians using wireless devices, some carriers say there's a tremendous need for more spectrum. At a conference this month on convergence and competition in telecommunications, experts talked about the importance of the planned auction of spectrum in the 700 megahertz band for wireless companies. I spoke to a telecom lawyer, a carrier executive, and an industry consultant there about the issues.
So I think the upcoming auction in late 2012 for 700 megahertz primarily in Canada is going to be quite a watershed moment for the industry. I think that no linkage to water, but they regard that spectrum, the industry does, as prime beachfront real estate. It's a terrific spectrum for a variety of uses. It's very important spectrum for the rollout of new technologies like LTE and the 4G networks that we hear about. It's also spectrum that has terrific propagation characteristics, and it can be used effectively, efficiently, carries long distance, has terrific in-building capabilities. It's especially promising for use in rural and remote areas of Canada, where that spectrum is perfectly suited to the rollout of high-speed broadband data applications and data services. It is very valuable spectrum, and when one thinks back to the 2008 auction, where the advanced wireless spectrum was auctioned off for over $4.2 billion in Canada, one is led to wonder what the financial or value of the spectrum at the next auction will be, because it could, as I said in the conference, amount to a real gold rush for the Canadian government.
You know, the 700 megahertz auction represents an important opportunity for the government to really show its commitment to competition. The last set aside allowed new entrants to come in. We've clearly seen a lot of benefits since then, lower prices for consumers, much more interesting offers, more applications coming into the market. But I think the next round, the 700, really represents an opportunity to ensure sustained competition. The incumbents have a huge amount of spectrum already. They're deployed in below the 1 gig, or non-deployed below the 1 gig inventory that they have yet to take advantage of. So therefore, the auction provides an opportunity to allow for new entrants to come in and to build upon the beachheads that they've already provided.
I asked one of the speakers, industry consultant Stuart Jack, how serious the spectrum shortage is.
There's not a spectrum crisis across Canada, but I think in certain metropolitan areas there is a crunch that's coming along, and so if you look at the crunch, it's differentiated by population area, size of population, type of population. The peaking that we're seeing on both a daily and weekly basis is real, and the amplitude of those peaks is getting worse with the introduction of full mobile offices, more video applications, transfer from wireline to wireless. It also should be differentiated by carrier, NewCo to incumbent, regional incumbent to national incumbent. So each of these carriers has a different profile, and some of them have a lot of spectrum, some have very little. Some are using a lot intensely, some of them have more spectrum than they know what to do with right now.
The federal government is in the middle of deciding what the rules will be for the auction, but that decision has been put off during the federal election. For Network World Canada, this is Howard Solomon.